It's the end of the world as we know it. Yes, that's right. We're doing a post-apocalypse vlog. Things that have to do with the end of the world or the onset of the end of the world. So I do have quite a few post-apocalypse books that I'm working on. First off, Crocodile Tears by Jack Yovel, who is actually Kim Newman. Who would have known? But yes, this is part of the dark feature line, which is, in the... When was this made? When was this book made? Okay, so 1990. So yeah, late 80s, early 90s, post-apocalypse about the coming of the millennium. And yeah, it's just really, really fun so far. And I really do like Kim Newman's writing, so I'm having a great time with this. Only got a chapter in last night, but yeah, still going, having a good time. A book that I'm about to finish because I'm almost done, the audiobook. The audiobook. And yeah, I bought the audiobook, so I put it back. But anyways, sorry, Gothnick. Abraxia, Spear of the Ever-Chosen. Now, this one is not as much of a clear post-apocalypse novel, but they have entered a place and they're destroying it. So it's got the destruction part down. Realistically, I am just about finished this book. I have like a few hours left in the audiobook, so it's just bleeding over into this vlog a little bit. But I will tell you what I think about it at the end. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So I'm going to go for a walk, finishing that audiobook, and then I'll read more of this, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, I just finished Abraxia, Sphere of the Ever-Chosen. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was interesting. I think that some of my unfamiliarity with some of the more wider aspects of Age of Sigmar as a setting definitely kind of come into play, because that's not really a good book for somebody who's just kind of starting out. And I think that's probably not the best case to do for like character books, because, you know, they're literally like, if you come into the faction, you see a cool character, you're like, ooh, I want to read about this character, then that could be a great introduction to the franchise. This was not like again, it was a good book, it was entertaining. You really kind of get lost in the weeds sometimes about destruction. It's basically like all of these like demon possessed crazy people as they sack a forest and stop the machinations of a bunch of bone people, which is kind of fun. It was suitably grim and gritty. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't. I don't think that's one of my favorite books that I've ever read from Warhammer, especially not Age of Sigmar. I've actually read some really good Age of Sigmar books, and this one was just like okay. Like, it was good. It was solid. It was not a bad little read. But you know, I liked some aspects of it. The central character is kind of fun. She's got a spear that like breaks her arm and just causes her pain, but she like wields it because it gives her power, and you're like, whoa, that's dark, yo. It's a nice day outside. The water is going away. Get away, Snow. Yes, Snow, you will be defeated. So yeah, I'm going to read a little bit of Crocodile Tears. Crocodile Tears. Which is a book from Dark Future, and kind of properly get started on this, end of the world vlog, because this is all set in the aftermath of kind of like a post-apocalypse. So it's weird, it's interesting, because again, this is a book that also has demons in it. There's demons in this, and also a post-apocalypse cyberpunky aspect, because there are portions of the world that are just completely hellscapes, and the only places that really like remain as like bastions are places that have either been like, co-opted by demons, like Salt Lake City. Anyways, I'll get to that when I talk about this book eventually. And then big like corporate hellscape places where like a corporation like basically owns a town and it's all run down and everything's all schmucking. And so yeah, there's a lot of ideas at play in a book like this, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. So yeah, I'm actually gonna finish this. And yes, I'm doing laundry. Learning how much I can do for like, the first time I tried to do my bedding to like clean it, I really miscalculated and overloaded my washing machine, but now I know the proper loads. So there you go. What an interesting factoid. Everyone is so happy they now learned more about my opinions and the abilities of my washing machine. And later today, nothing to do with the end of the world, but I am showing Animation Night in Canada, Volume 1 to my patrons. So there you go. That's a cool thing I am doing. I will talk to you guys later. A successful fire. Woo! I did it. And honestly, this was just using the random kind of twigs that I have around and some cardboard. So yeah. I'd use the freaking log cabin style, because that's the best style to start a fire, in my opinion. So, I'm gonna get a book and read out here. I don't know if this is gonna be, apocalyptic, but if a bunch of pigs were trying to eat you, I think that would probably qualify as a post-apocalypse. At least for me, because I'm vegetarian, and I'm like, why would you try to kill me? Decided this vlog is now going to be post-apocalypse and animal attack, just because. So here's an animal that is savagely attacking me. Oh my god. He's savagely attacking me. He's savagely attacking me. He wants me to die. He's evil. He's evil. Evil kitty. Evil kitty. You're evil. You are pure evil. You are the devil. Anyways, I'm enjoying this so far. Not too far into it. Mostly been just watching the fire and then playing with kitties. Oh yes. Oh no, his attacks are so savage. Look at how annoying this is. Oh my god, why do you need that on your freaking goddamn on your house? You can't even see that. Anyways, it's just annoying. It annoys me. It annoys me because right now it's night. It's like 8 p.m. So I'm surprised it's not at 8 p.m. It's normally that thing doesn't go on until like 10. But as you can see, like, you can't really see it here. Except sometimes, like, if you're looking up here, it'll bonk. When it does the whole thing, it'll show up there. So it's like truly the most mild of mild annoyances. Because it really, like, I normally cannot see it at all. Oh, look at them. This is so beautiful. They're so cuties. Wow, look at them. Look at them. Yeah, just a D&D, my D&D team. We're nearing the end of our little campaign, which is fun, so I'll see how that one goes. It might even be done by this vlog, because it could end next week, so I don't know. We'll see. Currently, just watching some guy review all the Scooby-Doo movies, because I don't know. This is what I do with my life now. Just watch random YouTube videos of a guy reviewing every Scooby-Doo movie. Don't ask me why I live the life I do, but someone's got to live it, and it's me. I was going for a little bit of a walk today, and I did start sorrying on audio, and so far, really, really good. That monster done messed shit up, and we're barely into the book. It's like, wow, a monster was eating people. It was wild. That boy did not disappoint by, like, giving us the monster, like, pretty damn quick. So I was very happy with that. And also, like, some good writing with some brutal characters. Like, this kid, it starts out, there's, like, a time jump when it's him as an adult, but it starts out, and oh my god, he has a horrible childhood. His parents are awful. It's wild. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? I didn't even know you were in here. And here you are. Hey, don't bite that. Leave that alone. That charges me phone. That charges Daddy's device of sadness. You cannot touch that. That's what everyone calls their phone, right? What you gonna do, punk? What you gonna do, punk? Anyways, I guess I'll continue the farm. Woo! Oh, big yawn. Loomis is trying to. I love this. This is the new favorite thing because it means that he cannot get over here. I used to have things all over here, but then Claude, when he wanted food once, he just jumped over there and knocked everything over. Oh, typical Claude. He knocked something over at 2 a.m. last night, too. And then I was like, you motherfucker. And then I was like, oh, I feel bad for getting grumpy about you. Then he got food. He didn't care at all. So, that was basically his plan. Make me so annoyed, I get up out of bed and give him early food. Look at him. Another day, another fire. I did finish The Farm by Richard Haig, and I think I might finish Saurian today by William Scholl. We will see. The Farm is an interesting book because it is such... There are some real skeevy parts in it. And I would almost say that the first half of that book, there is so much like real gross writing about teenage girls that you're like, oof. I don't know if I want to read this. This is really, really bad. And then you get to the second half, and it's all amazing animal attack stuff. Like some of the most brutal, wild, silly, mean-spirited animal attack stuff. There's nothing meaner than an animal attack book. And it's hilarious that, like, you know, usually when you do an animal attack book from this era, there is some, you know... idea of normalcy where it's like we're trying to tell a story about real people in a real world, and like it tries to usually say something. The writer, usually it's a flimsy point, but it's a point nonetheless that they're trying to make. With this time it was like I don't think there was a single like actual political point that the book was trying to make. And it was like real skeevy first half, like to the point where I'm like, I would say that most of you should not read this. Most of you should not read this. If you're somebody who can deal with some Richard Lehman-esque writing and can skim some chapters, then yeah, maybe. But you know, there are other books with animal attacks and wildness that, you know, you should probably just read instead. But I will say that the animal attack stuff did not disappoint and was kind of amazing. But it's such a book that I don't think I recommend it. I do think there's a possibility that I might reread it someday, but if I do, I'm only reading the second half of the book. I'm skipping to 50% of the book and then reading it from there. Because the first, 100 pages is just... it's going on and on about this farm and all the specifics about the farm and all the entrances and exits from the farm. And there's so many false stops and starts where it's like, oh, now the animal carnage is going to happen. Or now the animal carnage is happening. It's like, no, actually, here's some more skeevy shit. And you're like, ugh, no, get this out of here. I don't want this. Get this away. Get this away. And then finally, halfway through it, starts. And then when it starts, it goes crazy and ham. And it's so mean-spirited. Some of the meanest deaths happen in this where you're just like, oh. Like typical animal attack fashion, nobody is safe. This is not one of those ones where, you know, the kids are gonna live, or the dogs, or the cats, or anything. Actually, I think all the cats survive, which is amazing. There are killer cats in this, but they actually survive. They take out some lady, but I don't think a single bad thing happens to the cats. The dogs don't make out too well. Basically, this entire farm has, contaminated water, and everything goes mad and tries to kill everybody. And, yeah, those pigs, they killed some people extremely graphically and extremely meanly, and you're like, damn, this is what I wanted from this book. I really wish I didn't have the first skeevy parts. So yeah, if you're somebody who is well versed in, paperback from horror, and you can go like, this is really bad, I'm just gonna skip this and, continue on with your life, then yeah, maybe The Farm should be one that you read. But I don't think it's the best of the bunch. Don't think it's the best of the bunch, especially because of that. Oh god, it's so freaking gross. Even in the intro, Will Erickson is talking about it, and he's like, "Well, there's some skeeviness," and I'm like, "Oh no, how much?" And he's like, "Oh," you could tell it. Like Will Erickson is of the same mind as I am in the intro, where he's like, "There are some wild bits in here." Also, Jesus Christ, that. There's the way that the teenager is written is really, really gross and bad. The only bonus of all that is that everyone is a skeevy douchebag, so you don't really care if any of them die. You're always like, oh my god, thank god that child dies. It's like... so yeah, that's that. And then Saurian so far is amazing. I'm going to go back to listening to that while I'm enjoying the fire, because yeah, Saurian is awesome. It's a real good book. Saurian, I think, is going to be 5 stars. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hey Loomis, do you know what time it is? It's time for an unboxing and a book haul. But first, let me do my final little update for Saurian, because I was just about to finish that last night when I did my update by the fire. So yeah, I finished it, and oh my god, that book was really, really good. It definitely delivered on the cover, by the way. 100% delivers on the cover, but is also way different than just what the cover is promising. Essentially, because this is established really early in the book, so this is not even a spoiler. And I like a book when I'm actually giving slight spoiler warnings, because I normally don't care about any warnings about anything. But it's about a guy it's about this alien who can shapeshift between looking a human and being a giant freaking dinosaur, and he transfers into a dinosaur to eat people, and then he turns back to like humans to blend in. And this book has like a lot of really interesting stuff to say about alcoholism, and is a book that like starts where it's like this kind of coming of age story, and then it does a jump skip to what that character is like as an adult, and then that's where like the bulk of the book kind of like comes in. And honestly, it was really, really good. William Scholl is kind of like this William Scholl is, in my opinion, a kind of like an underrepresented horror author from the paperback from hell period, because he is this is a gay author writing in the 80s, and his stories are really, really good, and it actually ages pretty damn well. Like, I don't think there was much in this book at all that I would consider like aging poorly. And yeah, I just thought it was a really fantastic novel all around, and had a crazy ending, and had you kind of like on the tips of your toes the whole time, wondering like what the hell is going to happen. And yeah, I just really, really liked it. I mean, admittedly, genuinely, I only bought it because of the cover. I'm not going to pretend, and the name. I'm not going to pretend like I had any foreknowledge about that, but yeah, I also read Dragon by him, but I think I like Saurian better than Dragon, because I thought Dragon was also very good, but I thought I like this one even better than that, because I actually think this is going to be a 5-star, because yeah, this is just really, really solid and fun. Really, really cool book. With some crazy scenes and a lot of dinosaur carnage. If you're looking for that, it's like one of those books that like, because like I feel like nowadays you get books that are sold on that idea of like, oh, this is just like a fun little creature feature, and they're super fun to read, but they're not trying to say anything else other than just being super fun creature features. And me, that's not like a critique towards those books, but there is something that like always stops it from becoming like a fantastic novel aside from that. Like a lot of them nowadays, like stuff you find on KU and these little things, are just like fun, throwaway, good times and lots of fun carnage and stuff like that, but they don't have much in the way of like characters or points to try to make and a standpoint, a viewpoint. Where this book, it delivers on all of that fun carnage stuff, but also clearly is set with a point and is very weird and has a really cool kind of identity to it. So yeah, really, really recommend that. Probably more of a summer read for people. I don't really know why I read it this month. I kind of was just in the mood. That one has been on my TBR for like ages. Like there, well, you can't now because I I privated all my other videos from my prior channel, but this has just been on one of my to read lists forever, so I'm really glad I got to it. But also, I have a book haul. Wow! These are all the books I bought from last month's Warhammer. They have like a Black Library celebration where they release a whole bunch of books to coincide with, their various franchises. So like Warhammer 40,000 books, Warhammer fantasy books, and there is a whole bunch of stuff in here. And oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh, oh god, oh my god, they're freaking heavy. Okay, I'm gonna get these out of here because I can't just lift them with one hand, and then I'll continue the video. Okay, let us go through this. So first off, oh god, this I got from, there's a company called Tista Minis in Canada, and they offer like I think it's like about a 15% discount from like the base prices of a lot of these like miniatures and books. Now the only thing is they are based in Ontario, and since I'm not from Ontario, it costs like money to ship, and the shipping is basically like negates that bonus. But if you spend over $200, they will go free shipping, and that's ended up what I had to do. I think this is probably like, of all of these freaking Black Library celebrations that have been around since I've been, a fan of Warhammer, this is the one that I think I went the most ham on. There was only 2 books that I didn't end up getting. Like there was a Warhammer fantasy book, and then something else. Oh yeah, like a short story collection that will be coming into my local bookstore that I can get. Anyway, so first off, we've got Death Watch. This is a book that's a reprint of a book that existed before, but it was, I do not own this in any format, and I've heard good things, and it looks cool. The Death Watch. Oh no, Loomis, what are you doing? No, Loomis, stay away from my beautiful books. Leave, please. Please, leave my beautiful books alone. Next up, there are a few special editions of books that I actually own in this. Like this one. Ooh, Horus Rising. Oh my goodness. This is an awesome new version. So the Horus Heresy is a book series that I talk about a lot, and there's like over 60 books, and I've read all of them, and this is the very first one that was released that kind of like started it all off, and I am really excited because this is a special edition. And I believe it has some special artwork. Yeah, it definitely does have some special artwork. I cannot wait to see what moments of this they have done. They're doing a re-release of, I think there's 12. So there's 12 books that they're re-releasing out of that set, and they're supposed to be the most essential ones. And a lot of them I do own in other formats, but, I'm going to get every single one of the re-releases because they look really cool. And the artwork is going to be really fun. Next up, a book I'm really excited for. Oh, God, look, it's so beautiful. Gazgul Thraka, Warlord of Warlords. Look, oh my God, it's so beautiful. Look at the orkies. Oh, God, it's so beautiful. Oh, I'm in love with this cover. Then we have another reprint, but this one is a special 20th anniversary of a James Swallow novel. I really like James Swallow. I think he's a great author. And I do not have this book in any format, so excited to read that. This is about the Adeptus Sororitas, which are the nuns who use flamethrowers and stuff. Oh, next up, oh God, this is the most heavenly book in all of existence. I am so excited for this. Alright, sorry, I gotta undo this one. 1 second. Next up, one of my absolute favorite Warhammer books, and a Warhammer book that everyone should read in a brand new, annotated and illustrated edition. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to reread this book with the annotations and the beautiful artwork. Oh my goodness. Dude. Dude, there's like a lot of annotations too. Wow. Oh my god. Dude. This is so freaking good. This is so freaking good. This is one of those Warhammer books that I recommend to everybody, even if you are not a Warhammer fan. It is a great book to just pick up and read. And it's basically two gay robots fighting over time. I mean, they don't specifically say they want to kiss, but you can kind of tell that they both want to kiss a lot. And they have a kind of like a frenemies. Yeah, it's just really, really fun, and I love it. And this is beautiful, and I cannot wait to reread this in this beautiful edition. Ooh. I don't think I've ever read an annotated book. I'm excited to do that. Next up, this is Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Grumbrindal, the Red Legend of the Right Dwarf. And look at this. This is a cool. This is a shiny one. There have been a few white dwarfs, like, about this character of Grumbrindal. And I do have one of the paperbacks here. This one, Grumbrindal's Tales of the Wanderer. And then there was another one that I have the audiobook for. But I always somehow miss actually getting the hardcover for. So this is actually the first one I get the hardcover for. And it looks so shiny. It looks so shiny. Look at that freaking beard. Now that's a powerful beard. Man, all of these freaking hardcovers look so good, man. Look so good. And one that I am so freaking excited for, Chem Dogs by Callum Davis. This is all about, oh my goodness, the Savlar Chem Dogs. The Savlar Chem Dogs are one of my favorite Astra Militarum, which is basically the Imperial Guard, which are, the normal humans in the Warhammer series. But they are all people who are, like, imprisoned, so they're like a legion of people who are only serving so that they can get time off of their sentences. So they're like a penal legion, and they all have, like, very kind of disreputable ways of living, and they're all very much into drugs and stealing, and are just like absolute scumbags, but like they're so fun to read about, and they have like such a cool style. Like, look at these guys. Oh, my beautiful scumbags, just absolutely scumbags. And look at this guy's hammer. That's a cool looking hammer. But look at the scumbags. I just love when, like, absolute scumbag people get together and there's a story about them. What can I say? I'm scum. I like scum. It's my way of living. So yeah. Woohoo! I'm so excited. This is, like, so good, man. So good. So good. And they all came in such good fucking quality. Because half the time, and this is not a fault of my local Warhammer store, because, like, they can't control how things get shipped, but, like, usually, this one's pretty good, but you can even see, like, down here, yeah, that in shipping to my local Warhammer store, stuff always gets like that, or they get, like, scrunched up or a little dinged up. So I'm, like, really glad that those ones look so good and are perfect. And I am happy. Woo! Woo! And I'm currently listening to the audiobook for Tremors. Woo! As well. This is a good day. Beep, 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 beep. So, just finished the audiobook for Beneath Perfection, the novelization of the first Tremors movie. My Patreon, we're doing basically a Tremors month where we're watching all the Tremors movies and the Tremors TV show. So yeah, it felt like it was, a good time. And also because yeah, of course this iconic cover, you know, has a lot in common with the Saurian cover. So maybe I was just in the brains of, Jaws-esque things. Yeah, so the original Tremors, when it came out in the 1990, did not have a novelization. So this is a new novelization for the film. And yeah, I really liked it. This is a lot of fun. This is like a really solid, well done novelization. There's a lot of kind of like fun little Easter eggs if you're a person who has watched all of the Tremors movies, where like Christian Francis will like drop little things here and there that kind of like connect all of the prior movies, and they're just like little one-off lines, and you're like, oh, haha, that's fun, I get it, because the other movie. And yeah, it just got like a good fun style to it. And yeah, I mean, if you like the movie Tremors, you will like this book. And the audiobook was quite good. Was read by Zoran Gavoyich. Ooh, I may have said that wrong. But he did all of those Dead Meat, which is like a YouTube channel. He did all of their Tremors series and was like a huge Tremors fan. So it was like fun listening to him do the book and the voice, and he does a good job at the audiobook. I was like, oh, has he ever done any other audiobooks? But no, I don't think not that I've seen. I have not seen another audiobook done by him, but it was quite well done. So yeah, it's like, with novelizations, there is, there are a variety of different styles of novelizations, right? So you have some novelizations that are from different versions of the script. You have some novelizations that are pretty much straight one-to-ones of the movies, and you have the novelizations that are the same story that add little things here and there. And I would say this is the same story. Now, apparently this is based on a longer script. So, like, not necessarily a different script, but a longer script for the original movie. And you can tell because there are some really good extra scenes here and there that kind of like flesh out the world of perfection. And yeah, I just thought it was really, really fun, and kind of answers some of the questions that I've always had, like who Melvin is like this random teenager, and I was like, where is his family? What is his story? And you kind of get like a one-off line of like, oh yeah, his family goes to Vegas and leaves him here, and you're like, oh, that's fun. And a nice little bit of character building, and just filling in gaps. And not that the gaps are needed. And there's a whole nother character in Perfection called Viola. She's not. I can see why she didn't make the final script, because she doesn't really add that much. She's got some fun, silly lines in the start, but once the script starts going as you really know it, you're like, oh yeah, Viola's here. She hasn't said anything in a while. What's her deal? And then, you find out, yeah, what her deal is. It's maybe it's an extra person who gets eaten. But yeah, it gets eaten in a fun way. Some of the violence is like a little bit more like, elevated, like where it's like a little bit more bloody than it is in the movie. Some of the language is like, in the movie they're like, we got one big mother humper, and that's because they're only, I think there was like they're only allowed to say motherfucker like once in an actual movie for a PG-13 rating. So like this time and in the original script it was motherfuckers, so that's what they say in the novelization. So they're like, haha. And I'm pretty sure I have read this screenplay ages ago, though, their original screenplay that it's based off of. So yeah, of course I've read the Tremors screenplay. Like, what are you looking at me like you don't think I've read the Tremors screenplay? Like, come on. Yeah, so I am going to maybe kind of go downstairs, play some video games. I recently got Pathfinder, Wrath of the Rises from the library. I also have it on my PC, but my PC cannot barely handle it. But anyways, I did read a little bit more of Dark Future, Crocodile Tears by Jack Yovu. I I like this book, but also it's very dated. There's some very dated things, but I like the writing style and I'm invested in it, and it's a very strange book to talk about because you're like, well, social political stuff is very much in the 90s, and, some of that stuff does not age very well. Some of the, characters in this are not the most well drawn, but also there's a little bit more to it than just, I don't know, there's thought put into this, but it still does end up with certain characters being a little bit cliche. And obviously, if you're reading it from the modern perspective, you might say some of it is offensive. Weirdly enough, there was just a random, like truly, we're talking like a truly random Psycho reference. Like this girl right here, she goes staying at a hotel. This hotel is Norman Bates is there. It's got a different character, like the guy's name is different, but it's literally just Norman Bates, and she beats him up, and then she goes in, steals some food from the kitchen, and then shoots his decayed mother. Just shows up because there's demons in this, and the demon is like kind of talking through like the dead Norma Bates, and she goes, "Fuck you," and shoots him. You're like, okay, why not? That just happened. But you're like, well, this is actually pretty effective, even though this is very much just a like jokey off of, freaking Psycho. So yeah. Anyways, what a day! Look at Nami. Oh, Nami, how you doing, girl? So yeah, you know what? Now that I talked about Dark Future, I'll do the video games tomorrow. I'm gonna sit down and read more of this because yeah, that was crazy. I want to read more crazy crocodile tears. Talk to you later. They are watching Invincible with me. I mean, not really. They're just all weirdly hanging out here. Streaming some classic cinema, aka Mutant Hunt from 1987. And look at Nami. Nami's ready to hunt some mutants. And then drag me to hell after, but I'm not going to show any clips of that or else it will get demonetized. So it's Thursday. I feel like this vlog was originally going to end tomorrow, but there's a bunch of stuff I want to still get done to it, so I'm going to keep going for the next week. But yeah, I haven't done much reading today. I did start Rats, Night of Terror. I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. There's like a... Frick. let me pop this over to make sure, because there is it's a novelization for Claudio Fragasso film, and I believe Rats Night of Terror is the audiobook that I'm starting, and it's fun because hey, this vlog was originally just going to be about post-apocalypse, but then I started reading some animal attack books, so then it became animal attacks and post-apocalypse. Well, we've got a post-apocalyptic animal attack book. Now, this is a novelist. I'm listening to the audiobook. This is a novelization by Brad Carter, and along with a Severin Films release of Rats. That's a little bit... it's a little bit risky for me, because I have not actually liked the other Brad Carter novelizations that I've read. But so far, I'm really liking this one, so... this might be the one that it hits all of what I'm looking for. Because I read the Night of the Demon, and then I started to read the Cruel Jaws novelization. And then I gave it away to somebody, and I shouldn't have given it away to somebody, because I just liked having a Cruel Jaws novelization, because it was unofficially Jaws 5, and it just looked good on the shelf. But hey, whatever, I'm an idiot. I can always buy another one, I guess. But I was not enjoying that, and I did not even get too far into that. I think I only got a few chapters in, and then I was just like, ugh, I'm done with this one. But so far, I'm on the first chapter of this, and I'm really liking it. It's got a cool style and a very cosmic not cosmic, a very post-apocalyptic theming and style. So yeah, I'm excited to see where the heck that goes. But other than that, today I've just been kind of relaxing, just kind of doing some random stuff. Like I'm putting up some posters. So this is a poster for Grizzly 2, except it's not. This is an original Mexican one sheet for the movie Claws from 1977, a terrible movie, but in Mexico it was released as Grizzly 2. So of course I had to go and track down an original one sheet for it. Cause I'm a weirdo. Look at Naomi. Look at her. She's like, hello. Another poster putting up for the original Gamera film. Ignore the fact that they're not level. I don't want to. It's fine. I don't care that much, but if you're a person who is like, I can't believe it's not level, it's like, whatever, leave me alone. And yeah, I kind of got these like weird frame hanger things where you can I've attached some like stuff that you normally use to hang picture frames, but put them at the back of these things because there's like a anyways. But I only had 2 of those because the store that I bought them from literally only had 2 left, and I think that's okay because the other things that I have that I would like want to give a similar treatment for that are things that I really need to, frame. There are a few things that I need to actually frame. But I am doing, and I know some people are going to be really like, I can't believe you're doing tape. I'm just taping up. I'm using tape to tape up some, old things that I've owned forever, little posters and stuff like that. And yeah, these are not, oh, hello, boo. Look at you looking all professional. He's like, hello. Ooh, big stretch. And yeah, these are not, like, I don't mind using these tape for these, because I know if I ever have to take them down or they just get ruined, they're just kind of cool little things. It's nothing crazy about them. Ultraman. And yeah, I've just been kind of working at puttering around at that. And yeah, I'm going to continue doing that while I watch some YouTube. So yeah, talk to you guys in a bit. How many cats are on the bed? Definitely not 5, right? Wait a second. Ah! Loomis is under there. Loomis is right there. Amazing. I like that Boo's up here. Boo doesn't hang out upstairs a lot as often, so it's nice that he's kind of getting his full lay of the land here. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, right there, I bought a bird feeder, and I set up the bird feeder. No birds have got there yet, but we'll see. Oh, there's Loomis. He's like, hey, what you talking about me, bro? Don't talk about me. And then I did also build a little free library. Melissa, one of my patrons, got me a little free library. Of course, it was only the box. So, like, I think I actually have stuff out here that I can probably, like, use if I just get, like, a real long fucking screw. And then, like, dig a hole. I think I have something out there that's, like, perfect. Let's go investigate. And I'll show you the frickin'. Yeah, so this is the bird feeder out here. Oh my lord, children are so annoying. These children just keep going here. Anyways, that's fine. Yeah, here's a bird feeder. I do actually have some stuff here though. Like, I think that if I mean, like, it's not like the greatest wood in the world, but like, if I stand this thing up, how high is this? Uh, that might be too high. Although if I build if I bury it down that far, and then it's just like up to the top, then get some giant screws and like put in the top there. That could work. Yeah, I think I'll probably just do that. Alright, let's figure this out. I figure like, yeah, it's just a big freaking piece of wood. I think there's definitely, I'm trying to figure out places that I know I can dig, that there's not a, like right here should be fine. Yeah, I can just dig right here. Because there's no, yeah, that's the marking for the thing. And this thing was dug down here, so I could just dig over here. Cool, I guess I'll do that. Oh, time to show off what I was doing yesterday. I built a little free library. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. One of my patrons, Melissa, sent me the box. The box came with no instructions. There were no instructions on how to build the box. It was just all the pieces. And I was like, oh my god, how am I going to do this? And it was basically trial and error for like hours. I filled it up a little bit with my stuff here. But I did finally figure it out. The worst part was trying to get the door and the hinges. And it ended up being that I had this part on backwards, which is why everything was not going well. But yeah, now it's good. And actually, it did rain yesterday and none of the books got wet. So this thing is supposed to make it waterproof. I had this random pole sitting back in the backyard. I'm gonna do like I gotta do a full yard clean coming up. I gotta get a garbage picker and just completely clean the yard. I think that's probably the next goal. I'll probably do that tomorrow though. I don't feel like doing it today. But yeah, so then I just screwed it on. But the screws, as you can see, are janky as hell. Jank out of the wazoo. But it's sturdy. It's not leaning, it's not doing anything, it's sturdy, so it works. So it's in there, it's good. It's jank, but it's mine, so yeah, so I did that yesterday. It's interesting because finally all the snow is melting, so I can like actually see the totality of my yard. And yeah, there's some garbage everywhere, so I gotta do a good fucking clean of this place. But that will be another day. Look at little Marble. He's sitting there looking at me. He's like, so, what are you doing? What are you doing? Look at these cuties. Look at them cuties. He's giving me the death stare. He's like, how dare you interrupt our snuggling laser beam? I'm an adult, and every time a cat yawns, I go a laser beam because I'm cool like that. Look at him. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cuties. Cutie patooties. Cutie patooties. Okay, finished this tonight, and yeah, wow, this was wild. I had a great time with this. I really do like the Dark Future books. Now, again, it's worth noting that this is very much of its time, right? This is a book written in the late 80s, early 90s, and is written from a progressive point of view, but what was progressive in the 90s is not what is progressive today. And as such, it's still very dated in many ways, but really is quite interesting in how, in the world building and and what it's trying to do. And sorry, I had a coughing fit there. Anyways, it's really interesting the world that's being built in this and this ongoing story. And this one is interesting because this one really kind of picks up. There is a novella called Route 66 that was later expanded into a full novel, but this is a sequel to that novella because the full novel hadn't been written yet. Just for Route 666, by the way, not Route 66. Obviously, there's an extra six because there's Satan and shit. But in that there is a massacre, and there is committed by this like weird demonic dude, and this lady survives that, and the book is really about her growing and changing in all these very weird and interesting ways, and because she survived this attack by this demon, she has like a connection to him. So as she progresses throughout the story, their back and forth is really, really interesting because he is sending people to try and kill her, and she is surviving. And when she survives, she changes irrevocably. So when it first starts, it's like the voices kind of drive her insane, and she completely loses herself in the desert for a while, and then she makes it back to this doctor who fixes her up and then kind of turns her into a cyborg, so kind of turns her into like a transhuman, and she kind of like stops relating to humanity in a lot of ways, but she still is her core self. And then there's like this huge gun battle, and through that, she survives, and then she becomes one with this cosmic entity to kill this serial killer, like to fight the serial killer who's fighting her. And this cosmic entity is like the antithesis to like the evil gods of chaos, basically. And she becomes like a vessel for it, and that leaves her even more changed and even more altered. And it's very interesting about how different of a character it is at the start versus the end. And the fights are so interesting because like it really kind of like goes to like three big conflicts in the book and how she reacts to them. So like the first is that big giant battle with the after she's like a cyborg, and then she survives that, and then she is sent like next up a serial killer who is like incredibly high body count is sent to get her, and she survives that, and then she's forever changed. And then the final battle is with this giant cosmic entity that has like crumbled its way into Earth. And yeah, it was just really interesting. Again, there's some problematic stuff in this. This is definitely a book of its time, but I did really like it. So I don't know. I found it really compelling and really liked it. But yeah, there are obviously some issues in terms of that. The action is really well paced, and it is just very, very strange and weird and creepy, especially at the end. And the next book is The Comeback Tour, which is the one that stars Elvis, because of course it does. So yeah, I'm interested to read that one. But yeah, this was awesome. This was really, really fun. Also, weirdly enough, so there's like a lot of serial killers in this, which is just an interesting thing. First serial killer that shows up is very clearly Norman Bates from Psycho, but like with a different name, and it's like a parody of Norman Bates-esque kind of thing. But then when we get into the introduction of like the super badass serial killer dude, he is trapped in this like facility with all these famous killers, and literally Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers, and they're just Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. They're not parodies. They're somehow, and I'm like, I don't think you could do that. Like, I think that like that was definitely infringing on copyright law, because like this is Jason Voorhees as you know him, Jason Voorhees, and Michael Myers, like the Terror of Haddonfield. It's him. It's Michael Myers. They're just there, and at one point near the end of the book, they do escape. So I'm like, what? Well, one of them escapes, but the other doesn't. But they both have like a very much like they have like a killing spree, and I'm like, that was like really well done ways of writing Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, and that's hilarious. Michael Myers has never appeared in actually a novel, like a straight up novel before, so that's kind of interesting that he's here, because there's only YA novels for the Michael Myers, so the Halloween series. Oh, I guess like other than novelizations, obviously. So novelizations are like, a different case, but I mean original tie-in fiction. And it's funny because these books were republished in the the 2000s, and apparently they updated. I need to buy those because I own every Dark Future book except for the reprints of these, because they altered and changed the time and the setting to be more modern, which I just cannot imagine how different those books are supposed to be, because like a lot of this is like very much talking about 80s pop culture and 1980s political sphere. But what's interesting about that is it was published under the Black Flame um, publishing house, which is another publishing house from Games Workshop, which I didn't know at the time. But they did all of those Michael Myers, well, not the Michael Myers. They did not do Michael Myers books. Apologies. They did all the Jason Voorhees books. So they could have used Jason Voorhees just on its own in that book and just have it be actual Jason Voorhees, because they actually had the rights when they reprinted it. So I don't know if that is any different, and I really would like to see. But yeah, that's just weird that this is definitely an illegal use of Jason Voorhees, but then when it was reprinted in the 2000s, it would have been a legal use of Jason Voorhees because they had the rights, which is just funny and weird. But yeah, really, really liked that and thought it was great. And now I only have a few more books I want to get done before this goes. I do have this one here, False Dawn. I think that one will be the end. I think I'll start Croc. And that'll be the end of the night. And then, yeah, I am reading the Rats book as well. Rats, Night of Terror. I've read a little bit more of that, but I liked it. I just was kind of listening to podcasts and stuff today. So, yeah, I'll read a bit of Croc. There might be only one or two more updates, like 2 more books, or there might be, I might get all 3 done. So, yeah, we'll see. Talk to you later. Marble got adopted, yay! But also kind of sad, because look, he's so comfortable with Loomis. Aww. Aww. They're going to pick him up at like 5 p.m., so I still got a few hours with him, but yeah. He's going to a new home. And I met the family yesterday, they were really nice, so it is a bittersweet moment. Always makes me sad, but hey. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Hey, Nami. Did we get any frickin' birds yet? No. I can't believe it. I did get a first book in the Little Free Library, though. It was like it was a sci-fi book from like I think it was like the 70s or 60s. I don't know. It looked cool, but I left it in there for now because I was like, hey, it's my first one, yay! I'm kind of in a blasé mood. I think I'll probably just go continue listening to Rats Night of Terror, which is a surprisingly great book. Like, I've read stuff by the same author and I didn't like it, but this one I'm really enjoying. I don't know. It's just interesting, I guess. Maybe it's just because the book that it's like a quote-unquote novelization, the movie, not the quote, the movie that's a quote-unquote novelization for has more in it to explore, because this is all, where I'm in the book is it's still all prelude to the actual film, which is a rather simple, people arrive at a place, they all die, but this is like going through the entire post-apocalyptic world and stuff, so that might be why I'm enjoying it a little bit more than his other ones, because the other books, like Cruel Jaws, which, after reading this, I think I will give Cruel Jaws another chance, but Night of the Demon, I really didn't like, which is the Bigfoot one, and upon thinking on it, it does take elements from the actual original screenplay to expand them, but like the things that it expands I didn't like. So this one I'm just enjoying a lot more and finding a lot more interesting, and has some really cool action in it and stuff. So yeah, probably just go clean a little bit and then do that. Freaking, I was gonna go buy a wheelbarrow. I didn't know wheelbarrows were like $100 to $200. They seem like simple anyways, but apparently they are expensive, so I won't be doing that just yet, because I do need to redo the grading. But I was thinking, and I was looking, because like look, there's like weird piles here, like there's like a weird bump there that I could just use the soil from that, and then there's a few soil things like behind the shed, and I'm like, I could just dig those up, put those in a wheelbarrow, and then redo the grade that way. Like, I think it would probably just be fine. But anyways, we'll see. Yeah, now I'm gonna go do some cleaning. Be kind of sad that Marble's going from us soon. But it was through a really nice and good family, so, that's good at least. Talk to you later. Cuddle puddle! Oh, they're so cute! They're so cute and cuddly! They're so cuties! At the vet with Loomis right now. Oh, he's here. You okay? You okay? He's been very pukey, so we gotta make sure he's okay and mix his fluids and making him eating again. He's shaking. Why are you shaking? You okay? Poor guy. Hopefully it's just a quick routine visit. He jumped on the vet's back and jumped to the highest point he could get to. Of course. You ever wake up and just know it's going to be a bad day? Like a really bad day. That's today. That's the day. This is the final day of the vlog. Woo, hoo, 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 and a bottle of gin. One, I can't believe it snowed again. I want to die. I hate it. It's terrible. So I have to go clean the sidewalks. It just warmed up. It was spring. It was spring. Oh, well. Like my last situationship, this winter just couldn't let us free. Loomis is still not eating, so I have to go and grab him an appetite. Well, I'm going to try and grab him some sardines that will hopefully, bring him back to eating, at least trying to eat. He hasn't been puking, which is good. He's been drinking water, which is good. It's just he probably needs an appetite stimulant or something to finally, do that bout and eat. Because, yeah, he's got an empty tummy right now, so that's not great. Then I have to cancel some. I was supposed to go to the lawyer today to sign some things, but I canceled that because I'm not going on this. Well, I am, because I have to go grab sardines and have food. Also, of course, my stupid fucking recycling bin was freaking flipped open. I think somebody was in it. That's why it was flipped open. Thank God. Well, the wind just did it. Because God hates me. I don't know. Anyways, so it's one of these days. I'm going to go out. I'm going to clean the sidewalks. I'm going to go get some frickin' Tim Hortons. And then I'm going to go grab the food things for Loomis. And hopefully, I don't know, life happens. I only have 50 pages left in my last book. So, as soon as I finish that, the vlog is ending. Because clearly nothing good is happening today. Alright, well, I don't know. Talk to you later. Or not. Maybe I'll just die in the snow and just be a corpse. We'll see. Yeah, I was right. This day fucking sucks. So much goddamn snow. Time to get home. Okay, so I did finish Croc. Today was not a good day. Loomis still has not eaten. He has a follow-up appointment tomorrow. One of the ladies with the cat rescue did have a appetite supplement that is supposed to make them more hungry. So hopefully that works and I don't have to do the thing tomorrow, because I honestly think that if he just eats, he'll be fine, but he's afraid of eating right now. Anyways, Croc. Croc is it's an animal attack book, but it's absolutely not in the tradition of Night of the Crabs. This is a very slow paced, it's only 160 pages, so it's not a long book, but it is a much more slower paced book, and a lot of it is one guy trying to survive as a croc continuously stalks him throughout the sewers. And yeah, it's got some really cool stuff in it. The actual animal carnage is actually not that high, but the writing is, and I really found a lot of the characters interesting, and the procedure of them trying to hunt the beast was really captivating. And then the last few pages, when they finally track the croc down, whoa, it gets absolutely insane. And yeah, I loved it. It was amazing. It was so wild, and an absolute thrill when it finally broke off. But yeah, up to that point, there was not a lot of much going on. A lot of even the female characters I think are written okay. They're not written amazingly. The one main female character her husband is one of the first victims, and she's trying to like get people to take it seriously and try to track down and figure out what's going on with the crocodile. And occasionally her writing gets a little bit 1970s Animal Attack, aka written by very much a man, but not always. And it has more characterization to it, and it has little bit more life to it than most books, in terms of writing women in this era, especially in like Animal Attack books. And yeah, this was just like a pretty serious examination of what it would be like if there was a crocodile in the sewer. But I still really, really liked it and thought it was fantastic, and definitely one of the better written Animal Attack books. Just don't expect a lot of animal carnage. Then I also finished Rat's Night of Terror, a novel by Brad Carter. This is by far my favorite book by Brad Carter. I have not liked the other novelization that I read by him. This one does have a lot of sleaze in it, but it does feel a little bit, more in line with the type of book it is. It's like mean-spirited post-apocalypse sleaze with some wild animal attacks and a lot of a really interesting post-apocalyptic world building. Most of this book is not a novelization of the movie. It's only a novelization of the movie for like the last few hundred pages. Like maybe the last 100 pages are the novelization part. The rest of it is like setup and world building and a lot of things that are completely original. And I think that actually is like a kind of like a bonus. Now, of course, there are a lot of weird smutty scenes. Like there are definitely rat human orgies. Like rat people. They're rat people. They're not rat. They're not like normal size rats, but they're just seems kind of random, but it's there. But a lot of it is like rat political stuff. And I actually found the rat political society stuff really interesting. And then I also really liked the on the surface animal attack esque nature and post apocalypse like things from the human perspective. I really like this. Yes, it is still sleazy in parts, but I still thought it was a good book. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to read the last book that I had intended because I just ran out of time. But yeah, this was a fun but if wild freaking blog. Really, 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 really hope Loomis is okay and everything goes well tomorrow and he eats tonight and then everything will be fine. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.